Hi, my name is Paul Rutkovsky, and welcome to the Arty Alleys. We're here off of Gain Street on the corner of Gain Street and Railroad, and the alleys, consist of two alleys, behind the Grapevine and also behind St. Michael's Pub. And we have activities here, art events as well, and as you can see behind me, we've got lots of graffiti. In addition to the art alleys, but actually it's part of the art alleys, where now we're paying a little bit more attention to organic vegetables. And so right now in May, and it's beginning the warm season, we still have some kale, but we've got cabbage and tomatoes and carrots, and also a lot of several kinds of herbs in the other alley. And the other alley is the north-south alley. And that one doesn't have as much organic vegetables, but it has a lot of native plants, flowering plants, and also, I've got to say, some decorative plants because we love color. So they're not all native at all. So that's one of our goals, is to really create more vegetables, like a small vegetable garden, if you will, like a small community vegetable garden, of course, because they are in alleys. And the one thing I do want to mention is that almost this whole area along Gain Street and Railroad Avenue is a designated brownfield. It's a federally designated toxic area because historically it has been storage for industrial products and also fuel tanks. And one fuel tank was taken out of the smaller alley where our fruits and vegetables are. So you'll see all of what we grow in raised beds because we really can't use the soil. It's not hyper toxic, but it's best not to plant in the alleys. And 2 years ago, the city was very gracious with a small grant, and they did take out an oil tank out of the small alley and found that there are just small traces of oil residue. So it's not like it's a highly toxic area, but it is a brownfield, this whole neighborhood. Volunteers are key to survival of maintaining the art alleys, especially in the summer, because I am unemployed. I'm not teaching in the summer. So I really count on my volunteers to water, weed, and plant. And that's the basics. Now, we may have, I'm not sure, an event. It really depends on the motivation of the volunteers. And again, I rely on them for the bulk of the watering and the weeding, and then sometimes when we plant. So that is really up to their level of motivation. So with their assistance, if they want to organize an event, we can have an event this summer. So I was telling you earlier about the permission wall, and this is part of the permission wall right here on the right side, and then it's the retaining wall that goes down another 30 or 40 feet. But on the left is where we've done most of our planting for color, and some vegetables. But for instance, we have milkweed and other plants that attract butterflies. So you'll see a lot of variety in here, and we have lately gotten some butterflies, of course some flowers, but then also we have different kinds of vegetables. And I don't think this is the squash. These are the radishes, and behind you is squash and some herbs down here. And as you can see, more plants on the left side of the alley. You can see this is one of the planters that a student built out of a drum set. And then these are bricks from the old Gain Street before they started digging it up. And if you can look down here for a second, it says graves. And then I don't know if it's possible to even read that, how legible it is. It says Beham Alabama. So it's an abbreviation for Birmingham, Alabama. So these bricks were baked in Birmingham, and they're over 100, about 110 years old, they told me. So the city donated those, and this is our new entrance right here. This is the end or the beginning of the alley, St. Francis Street, where All Saints Cafe is. So this is our next challenge, is to see what we can do to make this more inviting entrance way, which by the way goes all the way to Gaines Street. Welcome to the inside of my studio building, which is on Gaines Street here in Tallahassee. And behind me is a project that I'm working with two graduate students in the studio program at FSU. And it's Peter Cambeck and Michael Diaz. And what we're creating here is, in the background, as you can see, is a trading post of sorts. And these necessities that you see behind me are offered to pedestrians, to people that frequent the alleys, to the homeless as well. And what they can do is offer a skill or offer another product or something in exchange for toothpaste, toothbrushes, a can of stew or a can of tuna, whatever it is that they think they might want here. There's also clothing, and we're getting donations almost every day right now. And this store is going to open very soon, in fact, in a couple of days. And it's called For What It's Worth. And you can see the sign right off of Gaines Street. To my right here on the table, you can put down what you need and also put down what you think you could offer. Maybe a haircut, maybe you're skilled at giving a haircut, or maybe you're very good at raking or weeding or planting in the art alleys. So we always need assistance. This Wednesday, May 22nd, we will have an opening of the store for the first time for the public. And please come by. We will have some refreshments as well. And also, which I completely forgot to mention, the doodle cart will be out and available. So for doing a doodle, you can get a free organic fruit or vegetable, so please come by.